Yeah, we'll get started in a minute. Where are you guys from? I'm from Pennsylvania. Where is everyone from? Atlanta, that's nice. My son is there. California. Okay, so let's get started. Thank you for spending your Sunday evening, and I'll make it worth your while. You'll learn a lot about the college admissions, the insights, and everything. So, any questions, please type away. We have wonderful Maui here, and yep, she will be able to she'll collect all the questions and get it. Okay, so let's get started without further ado. Okay. So I have a new setup now. So I hope this comes out pretty okay. So let me just present this. Okay. So what do you see, Maui? Do you see everything okay?
Yes, I can see your screen already, Coach.
Okay, fantastic. So let's get started. Welcome to the Unlock the Secrets of College Admissions. I'm going to go over the insights, what is the selection process, and also what are the main criteria that colleges look for in a student. Okay. Okay, about me, I'm an immigrant. I studied in India. I mean, like every one of the parents that I mostly encounter, I just did my master's here. I studied in India. And I was like really, really frustrated with the lack of clarity in the college admission process when I went through with my son. I mean, I figured it didn't have to be this difficult, right? And complicated. So I made it my mission to demystify it, right? So I do a lot of research and everything, and I'll show you what my qualifications are. I went to school to do my counseling as well. Okay. So here are my certificates. Basically, I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach. I'm a positive psychology coach, someone who works with ADHD students to help them go through their academic journey. I'm trained under a leading psychologist by the name of Peg Dawson. She's an executive functioning skills coach. Executive functioning skills are the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is like planning, prioritization, focus, metacognition, all the 12 skills. Got it? So I use her methodology in my coaching. And I started off my career by helping students who were like sort of failing. I helped them with the different study strategies and everything. Okay, I'm also a meditation instructor, and I did my college counseling from UC Berkeley. And now a few of them who go there, they kind of shadow me to get their practicum hours and to learn about my counseling. Okay, so who is this program for? Okay, the program is for you if you are invested in your child's success. I mean, you want to build I mean, unbeatable profile, a profile that no college can refuse. If you really, really, really aspire to do that, this is the place for you. You want to outplay competition. We have cutting edge technology and innovation. All our courses are super unique. And you want to fuel your child's learning. I mean, we teach children and students to be eternal learners. That's it. I'm an eternal learner, and we instill that in them. So if you have all this aspirations and the mindset, this place is for you. Okay. Okay, our agenda today, I'm going to go over the college admission process. I don't think I'm dealing with the cost. I didn't update that. I'm going to talk about what are the different scholarships that are out there, our gifted gapper results, and what solutions gifted gapper we provide. Okay. Okay, a few no-nos. Our programs are not for you if you're looking for shortcut. There are no shortcuts in life. Actually, my husband like often complains that I overcomplicate things. If you know that my slides and everything for a webinar is like over 100, right? So there's a lot of details in there. There's no shortcut. And also, I mean, if your child is reluctant to put in the hard work and effort, it's not going to work well. And also, please don't expect any overnight success. There's nothing called as overnight success. It's a marathon. And we are in here for a very, very long haul. Okay. And if you think that grades alone are going to help you in land top colleges, I mean, no, it's our programs are not for you. And if you're looking for a deal, I mean, you want the best deal that's out there and not quality or the value or the transformation, then unfortunately our programs are not for you. Okay. Okay, so we have wonderful freebies and specials. You will get the complete college blueprint, and you will get some exclusive bonuses at the end of the webinar. Okay. Okay, so you're going to get a comprehensive college admissions blueprint, which you will get at the end of the webinar. Okay. Okay, so are you ready to make an impact in your child's future? Who here is ready? I want to see a lot of energy. Okay, if you're multitasking, please come back. I want a lot of energy. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so our successes, how has our counseling program contributed? Over 150 students have been through just our counseling alone. I mean, I've not added the number of research students and other programs that we've had. Just this summer alone, we had 101 students in our summer program. Okay. College acceptances, our research students have gotten into Stanford, Johns Hopkins, UC Berkeley, Cornell Engineering, Carnegie Mellon, Harvard Pre-Med, St. Louis is the BSMD program, NYU. Not only do I counsel students to get into the top colleges, but also with scholarships, right? See, that's my specialty is I love to build a college list that gives you the most bang for the buck, right? So that's something that you will find in my expertise. Okay, and how let's talk about how did I start this whole program and this journey. Okay, it all started when my older son, Gifted Gabber was started by him. He struggled while applying to colleges. It was like so overwhelming and exhausting. I mean, getting information, at least now I feel like 5-6 years later, there's a lot of information on the Facebook groups and all that. Back then, it was really, really hard to get information about it. It didn't have to be like that at all, right? It was. So I was obsessed with finding a solution. I mean, it's not supposed to be like that. How do you build a profile? What kind of a profile is going to help you with colleges? Like, what is that formula, right? So I went to UC Berkeley, studied there, and my mentor is Evelyn Alexander. She's one of the top college planners that's there in the States. And yes, and I made it my mission to demystify it, to sort of empower parents. You'll find a lot of information if you piece everything together that's put on my social media, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You can build the old profile. I have had students who come to me and say, "Joe, we follow you on all the social media, and I made my profile based on that." If you can piece that information, please go ahead and make an impact in your child's journey. Okay. So yes, our counseling results, basically, my students have won over 5 million in scholarships in total. They get into 90% of the colleges that they apply to. They get multiple scholarship offers and also a lot of acceptances. Okay. Okay, so it was my fascination to put students into their dream college. That's how it started. Okay, I wanted to create a curriculum, and even when I was in the corporate world, my biggest strength was I could break down complex terminologies and components and break it down into manageable parts, right? So that's exactly what I've done. I've deconstructed the whole thing, right from, I'm going to go over right from what the college is looking for to building an overall picture, and again, breaking it down into manageable steps that students can really do. So that's been my strength. Okay. So it's results driven. Every program of mine will have an outcome. If you're in a research program, basically you will see that you would have written a research paper that's ready for publishing. So if you are in my counseling program, you will get a plan. You will come and present your plan. You can go on YouTube and check out all my students' plans that they have presented there, right? So that is how I build it. Every a tangible result. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what it is. And yeah, our solutions are unique. They're results driven, right? And of course, because they're so unique, they quadruple the results. The chances of getting into highly selective schools, right? Colleges are looking for. Has it frozen?
Now, coach, are you talking already?
It was frozen, but
It's a little bit cutting. You are in and out already. Hello, coach?
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, and you're already um moving. Earlier, you're not. You're in and out.
Yeah, yeah, something's going on with this. My computer has completely frozen. My mouse is not moving. Sorry about that. There's something happening. I sort of used a new tool. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now, Maui?
Yes, coach, I can hear you.
Yeah, but my screen, is anything moving there on the screen?
No, we can see black screen on my end.
Okay, hold
We
on
cannot
one.
see anything.
Okay. Sharing my screen. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm just going to go quickly get my MacBook and log in from there. There's some issue.
Okay, coach, got it. We do apologize for that technical issue that we are encountering right now, but this is the first time that happened that one. But good evening, parents. As of now, do you have any questions as per the slides presented by Coach Jo? You can type it in. So we still have to wait for Coach. Again, we do apologize for this inconvenience. Okay, Coach, you're on mute.
Okay, got it. Now I'm just going to pin myself. I apologize. I just need to kick myself out from the other place. Hold on a minute.
Okay, no questions as of now. Okay, got it.
Okay,
But you,
got it. You can see me now?
yes, I can see you now, Coach.
Okay,
We
okay,
can hear you
sorry.
clearly.
Okay, got it. I apologize. There was something wrong with my main computer. I was trying to use a new tool called eCam and everything came crashing. So I apologize for that. Okay, so let me just go to my presentation. Okay, so where was I? Got it. Okay, no more distractions. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, so my formula is to get not just get into top colleges, but also get the maximum scholarships that are there. You don't need to break your bank by going to college, right? By sending your children to college, especially. Okay, so that's where we are. And yeah, my unique, innovative, results-driven programs have really yielded very, very good results in terms of college acceptances into the BSMD or top colleges. Okay, a couple of things to keep in mind is to take expert guidance in the college admissions process. I mean, I get hired a lot when students don't make it, and it's so depressing for me to look at their profile and see that, hey, you know what, you could have written your essay better, right? But it's too late, and that's where I think. I mean, I get very, very sad when I'm hired to analyze why a child didn't make it, right? So please don't be in that situation. Stop analysis paralysis, right? And embrace. I mean, it's nobody was there to sort of show me the way, and I had to like really struggle to put all the pieces together, right? So embrace the proven formula that I have for college admissions. Got it? Okay. So who wants to know the secret formula? I'm going to share them in a few minutes. So how does this process work then? Now, I want to give you an overview about the college admission process. I mean, that's very, very important to know how the selection is made, right? What are the components? What are the priorities that colleges look for, right? One thing you need to remember is great grades and test scores are just not enough. Got it? There are many other components that I'll show you. Okay, so the essential questions that a college is asking is, what are your grades? Yes, we know that grades are important. Are you academically capable of studying here? Okay, and what unique qualities do you bring to enhance the student body? What impact have you done so far, which is what you show through your extracurricular activities and volunteering, and what is your potential? Got it? Your application has to sing these things. These are the essential questions, okay? And this is how the admission process works. It's not like you just submit it and randomly you get selected. No, there is a regional admissions officer, and that's the reason in my fall counseling program, I'm including how admission officers look for students and how they select it. And I'm going to show you, that's a project which we had to do in UC Berkeley. We had to team up and be admissions officer for a fictitious college, and we had to go through applications. And I'm replicating the same process for students this year. So basically, how does the admission process work? There's a regional admission officer. I'm in Pennsylvania. There's one for Pennsylvania, one for New Jersey, one for Connecticut, one for everything. They know the make of the schools there. They know which school is good, everything. They are just there for a region. Got it? So they receive the applications. Like, for example, if you're applying to Duke, there will be a Duke regional admissions officer who will review the applications, filter it out, and then present it to an admissions committee. So the committee, you can imagine it to be like really, really old kind of folks in a conference room, like fighting over it. Got it? So they fight over, oh, you pick my student, you pick the student in my region. This is how, that's how. So the regional admission officer will do the picking and everything and pitch it to the admissions officer. Sorry, the admissions committee. So the admission committee will vote. Okay, they will vote. Okay, this is an ED candidate. Okay, early decision. Okay, profile looks superb. Acceptance. You know what? Not there. I don't think the student is really going to excel in our school. Denial. Oh, you know what? We will just put it in the waitlist pile. If we get a better candidate, we will take that candidate. Otherwise, we will keep this. So this is what happens in the 5-step admissions process. Okay. Any questions about it, please chat away. This is very, very important to remember how admissions work in highly selective colleges. Okay. It's a committee that decides. Okay. And they will have a lot of other rubric, which is kind of a secret, but you know what it's mainly there, right? For example, a swim like instructor or the swim captain will come and say, you know what, we need swimmers. So the admission officer might want to go look for swimmers in candidates, or they will have a rubric to start off with, or they'll say, you know what, geographically we are Duke in North Carolina. We are not getting anybody from the Washington or the Hawaii or the Alaska region. So the admissions officer from that region will have a bit more preference to that. So you don't know the rubric. They sort of don't come out in the open, but this is how the selection process works. Okay. Okay, so now that I've told you things in a very, very high level, oh, it's got to answer these questions and all that. Now I'm going to break it down into 12 ingredients. Now, 12 factors. This is according to the National Association of College Admissions Counseling. That is our governing board. All our counselors are part of this National Association. And being a counselor, we spend thousands of dollars being part of these associations. So these are the 12 factors that are prioritized. Grades in all courses are number one, okay? Then there is test scores. Please, it's test optional, not test blind, okay? Don't get confused with that. It's always good to give your test score and score very, very well. Like Duke and Harvard, they're not test optional. They need test scores. BSMD program, they're not test optional. They need test scores. Got it? The third is strength of the curriculum. Strength of the curriculum is basically how many honors classes you've taken, how many AP classes you've taken, how many courses are offered in your school, and how many you've taken, right? That's the strength of the curriculum. Then there is essay. Essay is mostly in the senior year when you're applying to colleges. Got it? That's not something that you start writing in the 9th or the 10th grade. Got it? Then there's counselor recommendations, superbly important. Again, that is part of the 12th grade, but you need to build it up, right? You need to build up your relationship with a counselor, pick courses and everything to make sure you get exceptional recommendation. Then the students demonstrated interest, which is like how interested the student is in the college. Did he or she join the email list? Did they take a virtual tour? Did they follow them on social media? They can track all that through cookies. Got it? So that's something that we do in the senior year, where I ask my students to make an email, which is first.lastname@gmail.com, and not like Shawshank Redemption or something like that. Okay, then you have teacher recommendation. Teacher recommendation is based on 13 components. That is how is your intellectual curiosity? How is the administrator respect? How are you in class? Do you help out people? All the 13 points that are there are involved in the teacher recommendation. There's also class rank. A lot of colleges don't give class rank. Schools, they say they don't give class rank, but it will show up in your recommendation. Then there's extracurricular activities. Extracurricular activities is sum total of 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Okay, so please don't think that 9th grade is excluded. The clock starts ticking when you enter 9th grade. Okay, and then the subject tests scores are also important, because if you have to transfer credits from school to college, for example, my son graduated with 20 APs. He went to Georgia Tech. He graduated in 2.5 years because he had that many APs. So the score that you get in an AP test is also very, very important. Some of them will say, oh, if you don't score more than 4, we will not accept it. So that end of the year test score that is administered, the exam that's administered by College Board is very, very important for your AP scores and your IB scores as well. Then this interview. Interview is typically by the alumni of that college. This is when you're applying to colleges in the 12th grade. And then some state graduation exam scores, which are super specific to your state. These are the 12 factors that are super important for a college admission. Okay. Any questions? Any questions, please type them away about these 12 factors, and I'll answer them. Okay. Got it? Now I'm going to go over some scholarships. The common myth about paying for college. Ivy Leagues offer merit aid. No, Ivy Leagues don't offer that much of merit aid at all. They offer financial aid. Okay. And it's also a perfect myth that you have to be a perfect candidate with perfect grades, test scores, and everything to win scholarships. That's not true. My student who didn't even, she was from California. She didn't even give her SAT scores were not that great. She had to take her pre-calc again, but then she had an amazing extracurricular activity profile, and she got 80K in scholarship and a handwritten note from the admissions officer. Got it? So that's how scholarships work. And the types of scholarships, there are scholarships for international students, need-based scholarships, full ride scholarships, community service scholarships, scholarships based on academics, SAT, ACT score, athletics, everything. There are different types of scholarships, and my students win a lot of them. Okay. And yeah, there are scholarships for H1, green card, US citizen. Some of the scholarships, like Morrill Scholarship of OSU, which is Ohio State University, some of them are only for citizens, but the rest are wide open. Okay. And these are some private scholarships: Google, there's Coca-Cola, like Society of Women Engineers. My student won the WISE scholarship, which is part of the Stony Brook program, Women in Science and Engineering scholarship. She won that. Okay. So there are a lot of scholarships out there. And again, they look for like exceptional profile. Okay. So how's everybody doing? How's everyone doing, Maui? Quick question. How's everyone?
Okay,
Good?
there's a question already here, waiting for your answer later, Coach.
Yeah, sure. We'll answer later, because if I start looking at the questions, I'll go answering them and I'll never get to do this at all. Okay, so let's get continue with our presentation. Oh my God, where am I? I'm sorry. Oh no, sorry. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I just want to let you know that I know I don't know why you showed up today, but I'm pretty sure you were frustrated and confused about the college admission process. It can be overwhelming, and I've realized that it's designed to be overwhelming and confuse you, right? So please, if you've not found the right information, it's not because you're stupid or anything. It's just that it's hidden very well. Okay. And or you must have heard about the buzz, your other students, your neighbors, your relative, or they got into an exceptional school with a lot of scholarships. So you want the same for your child. And I'm here for you. Got it? Okay. And yeah, I just want to let you know that I've literally cracked the code for college admissions into like really highly selective colleges through my unique counseling services. And it's literally changed not just my world, but the world of my students as well, because of the process and the curriculum that I've made it into, right? It's not like you can throw a plan at your child and expect them to follow it. No, they need to be part of it, and they need to have created that plan to follow it, right? So that's the way I help with them. Right, I work with them, I give them instructions, and I give them a lot of options. Right, some of the extracurricular activities and the volunteering services you would not have even heard about, and that's what's special about, is because of my resources I get them. Got it? And also the system that I've created is replicable, and it can be replicated for your child, and of course create a stellar profile no college can refuse. Got it? What I tell my students is, make your profile so great that colleges line up to take you. Instead of you going and knocking on their doors, they're supposed to come vying for you. So that is when you have won. Got it? And yeah, so the question is, you can like set up a plan for yourself, either by trial and error, trying to get information on the Google and the internet, which is mostly wrong, or you could use my system and be more efficient, right? Because we've cracked the code. Okay, so the choice is yours. Okay, so who wants to hear the step-by-step process that I've created specifically for the fall season? Who here wants to know that? I've been doing this for the past 3 or 4 years, offering this to non-seniors, and definitely that's really worked, and we have streamlined the process over time. Okay. So how do you build a stellar college profile? I'm going to give you the steps, and then I'm going to show you how I have created it. Okay, so you need to create, you can create a stellar profile with 5 steps or 5 components. Number one is course. The GPA is super important. You have to plan out in such a way that you get exceptional GPA. The course rigor, this test scores are very, 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 very important. Okay. Then secondly, you need to build a wow factor in the extracurricular activity. Most children that I've seen, parents are serial joiners. They will join every activity that's out there. But no, that's not what colleges are looking for. Colleges are looking for specialists, right? Like students who've taken a few things, but it aligns with their interest and they've gone deeply into it. Got it? So there's specialist and there's generalist. And we always make sure that we build a profile that's a specialist. And that's not an overnight thing, because a student needs to gather what they are good at, figure out, and then look for activities that align with that. Then the third factor is honors, awards, and leadership. We give them many, many options, many opportunities that are there. And my students like, wow, Joe, I didn't know this existed, right? So I show them areas where they can really nail these, right? And another factor is exceptional community service, right? That's very, very, very important. Like most of the scholarships are based on how well you've contributed to the society, right? So that is one of the things that we help our students build. We have ultimate opportunities and resources that the students can pick to build their volunteering profile. And of course, this counselor recommendation. And that is a core thing in our counselor recommendation. And in our very second class, which is course selection and everything, I go over how counselor writes a recommendation and what basis do they write it, and how to build a profile and a whole thing that you get very good counselor and teacher recommendation. So these are the 5 factors. Even if you do not purchase my program, remember these 5 things are super critical in building a student's profile. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go over how I've built our program, which is starting in fall. We have 4 programs that we are introducing. College counseling, we have med and non-med. We have split that. Got it? It's on the same day. It's on a Saturday. 3 o'clock is college counseling. 5 o'clock is BSMD counseling, EST time. Got it? So college counseling is for non-med students. BSMD is for med students. Creating passion project and developing study skills. So we had included a passion project in our counseling, but we felt that it was the time that we spent was not enough. We wanted to like give a lot of attention to that. So that is something that that will start in November. Once this college counseling stops, it stops on 28th October. November 5th is when these 2 programs start. So that's another thing that we have introduced. And study skills. I have been speaking to so many students and their teachers, and I see every time I see a student not doing so great, I get an opportunity to speak with the teachers, and I've gathered the whole, I've created a whole curriculum, how to like sort of get exceptional grades. It's not enough if they have mastery in the subject. They need to have exceptionally good discipline in terms of planning, prioritization, task management, time estimation, how to take notes. Got it? Everything is included. And that's something that I used to do when I started off in my career, right? So we've created a program for that. Last time when I've been introducing study skills to my students, and they love it. They come back and say, Joe, I applied this. Joe, I applied that. We give them a whole toolbox, like 10 different skills, and we expect students to pick at least 3 of them, like and use it consistently. Got it? So nobody has actually sat down and taught these children how to study, right? Without those core skills, how can you expect them to go do like 10 APs or like handle that load, right? Nobody has really taught them those skills, and I feel like it's like so foundational. I've applied it on my sons as well. So I've seen it, the way they study, the way I've taught them those different skills. and they apply them, right? My older son wasn't a nerdy high IQ kid at all, but he was able to manage his workload with 20 APs, right? And be a valedictorian and still have fun and not cry. And he used to goof off. The younger one as well has a good balance of APs and everything. But one thing that I've seen is students who have mastered their executive functioning skills, which is the prefrontal cortex of the brain, who are very good in time management, organization, planning. They are the ones who really, really come on top. And that's a skill that that needs to be acquired. They're not born with that skill. Got it? We are revamping our biomed research program. I've seen my students picking so many different topics. I just love them, right? But we thought we would offer a buffet where we'd offer different research professors to work with. We are looking for professor who will fill into these booths, and we will be launching this program. Also, we've seen that research works very well in summer because during the school year, students are like so packed with their academics, right? And now let's go over the college counseling for high school. This is the non-med program. So it is like, how can you build a stellar profile in 8 weeks? You only need 8 weeks for that. The number one, I'm going to go over everything that is covered here, but it's 8 weeks starting from September 16th. So next Saturday it starts. Okay, so the objective is to map courses all 4 years. I see students and parents making so many mistakes in building the course profile, which is very, very important. They sort of make mistakes like putting, my child can do calculus BC. Oh, the colleges will think that, oh my God, he took BC, so he's super smart. No, it's good enough if you did AB, right? And then the wow factor in extracurricular activities, that's very, very, very important. It's like, what is it that is you? What is that one thing that you're bringing to the table that no student has done? That uniqueness is very, very important. Okay, and then leadership. Right? How do you build that leadership? It doesn't come out of thin air, right? You need to develop those skills as well. And that is the third objective. Okay. And here are the details. It starts on September 16th. Why did I say 18th? I'm sorry. Next Saturday goes up to October 28th. It's on Saturdays. Both my non-med and med counseling are on Saturdays. 3 p.m. is this one, and med is at 5 p.m. Like I mentioned about the college admissions committee, we have recreated that into a project. Got it? So your students are going to get the same material that I got in UC Berkeley for my course. Got it? So we are going to do that final project where students will learn how to be an admission, like what it takes to be an admission officer for a college and how do they select it. Okay, we give them that rubric. Then we give them, I'll share that with you. We give them actual applications. They have to go through the applications and either accept, deny, or waitlist and come and present as to why they did that. And let me tell you, there is no exercise like that. Okay, nobody does that, right? So that's what it is. And I'm going to go over week by week what we do. The first week is introduction. I teach them about the 12 priorities and how to map them out. Got it? And the second session is mapping courses. They have to go over their program of study, the graduation requirements, and map it for all 4 years. Got it? And then preparing for SAT, ACT, we create a SMART goal. I go over the different tests that are there, what is inside them and everything, okay? Then preparing resume and cover letter. I'm pretty sure your child doesn't have one, and that's very, very important when they're applying for extracurricular activities or volunteering. Okay. And in the fifth session is fixing the wow factor of the extracurriculars. I give them opportunities or options that are there that they can enroll in and how to build it for all 4 years, the extracurricular activities. Okay. And session 6 is volunteering. I help your students find volunteering near your house, right? Based on what they are interested in, and track the hours, make it into a plan. And a resume is very, very important for both the steps. So that's why we do that. Okay, then honors and awards and how to be a leader and how to develop those leadership skills. I teach them in the 7th session. Okay, I give them the different options and the awards that they can get. Okay, and then session 8 is the final presentation. So they will present their plan, their college plan out in front of the audience, and there'll also be the project presentation, like I said, about the admissions officer. Okay, so recap of the dates: it's Saturdays at 3 p.m. Starts September 16th to, again, I messed up the date here, 28th. Wednesdays also, there's a 9 p.m. class. We've seen that when we catch students in the middle of the week, whatever we are teaching them is more solidified with that. So you come on Saturday and on Wednesday. And of course, I use a coaching technique called immersion, where they sort of learn all these things in a very compressed, short amount of time. And they have to flex a muscle called their brain. So that is how this program is built. Okay, and this is what I mentioned about the admissions officer that they do. I said BSMD, it's college. So they role play as an admission officer of a fictitious college. We give them sample applications. Then they work in a team to see which candidate. They will read the essay. They'll go over the extracurricular activities. They'll go over the counselor, teacher recommendation and make a decision. Then they have to come and justify and explain why did they pick this candidate, right? And that, in my opinion, is the best lesson. That is how I learned when I was in UC Berkeley. I'm like, whoa, is this how college admission officers look at it? Oof. And I've been using this on my students and they're like, Joe, this is amazing. I loved what you showed, right? So it's very, very practical. You won't find this anywhere else, okay? So how much is it going to cost you? Done for you is like over 5,000. It's not even 2,000. It's not even 1,000. It is 700 and it's 2 payments of 350. Got it? So that is the price for college counseling. Okay, then I have the BSMD counseling. That program is completely different. Again, we map out the academics, the wow factor, but this is exclusively for the medical program, dental, like psychiatry, neurology, medicine, everything comes under this. Okay, again, it's like eight weeks, Saturday at 5 o'clock. Again, the final presentation, we will give them the BSMD candidates for them to pick candidates, okay? And again, the first session is about the medical program. Second is about the course selection. Third is about preparing for SAT, ACT. Fourth is, again, resume, but it's entirely different. The mapping courses is very different for the pre-med or the BSMD program. Okay, and extracurricular activities, they're more towards the healthcare industry, even the volunteering, more towards the hospice, medical, and all that. And also honors, awards, and leadership, again, medicine related. And then they present their final presentation, their plan, and like the selection of students to their fictitious candidate. Okay, again, I kind of flipped it. I should have flip the switch here. So yeah, they will be reviewing applications for the BSMD program. We give them applications exclusively for that, and they'll make a decision for that. Okay, recap again, it's September 16th to October 28th at 5 p.m. EST. Okay, and how much is it going to cost you? Just 800. Which is 2 payments of 400. I mean, it's a steal considering the amount of values and the profile that you will be building and the scholarship opportunities that you're going to get. Okay. And of course, there are some bonuses, a lot of them. There'll be a one-on-one session with the expert counselor. My mini courses are all, I'm giving it away. How to conduct research in high school is an on-demand course. How to pick APs for academic success. This is something very, very unique. And you will see the complete counselor recommendation dissection, like how I go over a school report that the counselor does. All these are bonuses that you get with this course. So how do you register? You can register on giftedgabber.com, or basically I will send you a link, which is a micro page where you will see all the programs and you can pick whichever one you want. We have 4 programs, the BSMD, the college counseling. Then we have the passion project and the study skills. They start after the BSMD and the college counseling program ends. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay, so are you excited as I am to see your child excel with guidance? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, I just want to reiterate our results. The scholarships that my students have won, over 5 million in scholarships, and 90% of them get accepted into their colleges. And this is something that I want to share, acceptance letter from Duke. It says, I enjoyed reviewing your applications and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research prowess. So that is why we introduced our passion project, which is like so popular. Whenever I speak to admissions officers, they tell me that they love seeing a passion project in a student's profile. Okay. Okay. So the question for you, have you gained clarity about the college admissions process? What are your answers? Yes or no? Okay, so everything is available on our website, giftedgabber.com. And also like special, all these are exclusive bonuses that you're going to get. How to conduct research in high school, how to pick AP courses, how to study for AP courses, and counselor recommendations is something that is going to be included in that. And there are other bonuses. You get $50 off of one program. If you enroll in two programs, either BSMD and Passion Project, BSMD or Study Skills, you get $150 off. If you enroll in all three, you get $350 off. And then bonus for attending today, you get the complete blueprint, which is year by year, I've given you a complete blueprint how to prepare for college. Okay. Okay, so the final question, do you think a structured approach is a recipe for success? What are your thoughts? Yeah. Is a structured approach necessary or not necessary? Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started with the questions. Maui, do you want to address the questions?
Yes, coach. So the first question that we have here is there a certain amount of people that get selected per region?
That again is a secret. They don't tell you that. The colleges have their own rubric, but they do have that kind of number limitation as there.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much, coach. Next, is it worth trying for BSMD with average school grades?
The thing is, when you are applying for BSMD, your profile gets better for pre-med. So that's why I tell my students, don't take it like, oh my God, whether I'm going to make it or not. But then aspiring for BSMD means your profile is going to get better, and that's going to help you with your pre-med profile as well. So why not aspire for it? Yeah, right?
Mhm. Yes, coach. And is this program good for a junior?
Absolutely. We help them building their extracurricular activities, volunteering, leadership, how to like map the honors and awards. There are 5 sections in the Common App. Like, how do you build them? What are the awards out there? Yes, this is super important. If you're in a junior year, it's extremely important. Please don't wait until the senior year. By then, everything is done. You only can apply to colleges. You cannot build on it. So now is the time to build. Especially the junior year is a time to cinch those leadership opportunities and fine tune your extracurricular activities. It's very critical, and that's precisely what we teach.
Okay, got it, coach. And will be the volunteering can be considered an extracurricular?
Yes, it is, but we sort of remove it from extracurriculars and make it solely volunteering, because extracurriculars, we consider it like a passion project and other things in the extra. So yes, it falls under the category, but we have extracted and made it separate so that we can focus and get very good opportunities.
Mm-hmm. And follow-up question, how about starting a club? Is it considered as extracurricular?
Of course. I'm going to give that for free. I have a course on starting the club. And if you enroll, Sudha or whoever, you will get the whole instruction as to how to start a club. Instructions. Absolutely. It's a wonderful extracurricular activity.
Okay, since we are located in Georgia, how does the volunteer guidance from you help being is a different state?
We have a tool that we use where we put your zip code to find the opportunities. So it is, you find opportunities that are well within the 20-mile radius within the place that you are. That's what I help them do.
And how about a kid in senior year? How much they will benefit?
This is not for the senior year. I have another comprehensive counseling program for senior year. I help with essays and everything. So this program is for 9th, 10th, 11th, not senior.
Okay, so my kid planning to apply this year for college. Is it program good for her? As you said, she is senior.
Senior, I have a different program for that. We do essays, college list, and everything. This is not it. The senior counseling is completely different.
So your cost for BSMD counseling will not include the cost for passion projects?
That is correct. Thank you for pointing it out. It's a separate program. Got it? It's a 7-week program that you have to go through. Yes. Because it takes time. When we did that last year for 2 sessions, it was rushed. My students wanted more time, and so we made it into our own project and into an own course. So yes, that's a separate course that you can enroll in.
And to get admission into any course, is it necessary to have passion project in that area? For example, if a student wants astrophysics and passion project is in music or cooking, will it work?
It will, but it's more beneficial if it aligns to the major that you're applying in, makes it look exceptional, right? Yes, it needs to be aligned to that. Yeah.
So this one is a follow-up question regarding the senior charges for senior year for the program.
Yeah, so you can go online and fill out a form. You will be able to come on a one-on-one call with me, and we can decide that, because it depends on the number of colleges that you're applying, the number of essays that you have to write. So there's no flat fee for that. Yeah, please schedule a one-on-one 15-minute free call with me, and I'll go over that.
Okay. So what kind of leadership opportunities do they get doing the passion project?
There are a lot of things. I mean, you have to come into the program to realize that, right? We help them with divergent thinking and different things, how to pursue that. For example, my student had alopecia, which is loss of hair. He did research, and then we created a passion project where he started an activism for alopecia to build awareness for that, and how young students can be empowered and not feel shamed. So it completely, we work with the students to find out what their interest and passion is, and help them build a project with that. Got it? Which they can call their own, right? They're gathering so many skills, right? And there's no mentorship like that that helps them build that program.
And they're also asking what the specific link, how to schedule a call with you, Coach Joe.
Yeah, so basically, if you go here, okay, here, I'll give it, yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, so right here, if you go, if you see here this comprehensive counseling for seniors, if you just fill this up, fill this up, you will get a link to schedule a call with me. Okay, if you put grade 12 and your thing, you will be able to schedule a call with me. You'll get an email to schedule a call with me.
Okay, so that is the process for Ms. Eswar. And with the BSMD counseling course, will you provide an opportunity to write a research paper?
The research paper needs to be done with a university professor. So that's a separate program that we will be running it in summer. So I'm not a professor or a PhD, so I cannot offer research. Yeah, so research is not part of this. But you will be the first. My students are the first to know when the research program opens, right? So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anybody here who enrolls today will get my free course on how to start a club. You will have complete step-by-step instructions on how to start a club, how to go about picking a club, how to enroll students, how to work with your school to build a club. That's superbly important. It looks very, very good on your profile. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the last question that I have here. This is just an appreciation message from Kavita. Thank you so much for a great explanation.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody, you can unmute yourself and ask away any questions that you have, please. And you've spent so much time in learning here. You are wonderful parents in my book. Okay. Anyone has a question, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Hi, Joe. This is Sudha.
How are you?
Good. Thank you. So I'm from California. So my son, he's in 11th grade. So just now, like before this session, I registered my kid in BSMD counseling program plus passion project. So, so can I still like I get the club thing? Yeah.
Yes, yes. I have like so many courses that I created. Where is it? Where is it? Absolutely. It's all for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a whole Thrive cart and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to show you how many programs I have created. Oh, God, hold on a minute. I have to authenticate. Anyone else? Just unmute yourself and
Yeah, there is a follow-up question here. Can ninth graders join this program now?
absolutely. Yes, it's for all high school students uh, except for the seniors.
And is there a specific code that we use to get the discount while signing up?
It's on the on the checkout counter. It will prompt you. It's right there. Then I will give you all these courses for free. How to start a club in high school, how to do research, how to pick APs, how to bid honors and awards. All these you will get it. These are all mini courses. Yeah.
So
Sure.
hey, my name is Iswar. So my daughter is in senior year. You said like for senior year, like we can set up like a one-on-one counseling, right? Like 15 minutes, and then
Yes.
so like we are already into like a few month already we lost, right? So like only a few more months to apply for the colleges. Do you still think like we can make some difference like in the application? Like,
Absolutely. There is no doubt you can make a difference. It's not over until you this is something that you never give up. Whatever 1.5 months you have, you can make such an impact, right? I've had students
what is
who
that?
I'm sorry. You can make an impact, I said. I just chatted you my Calendly link. You can schedule a call with me.
Sure, I will schedule it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then,
so it's never too late. I mean, I've had students come to me like 15 days, a month before. We've worked a lot. It's going to be a lot of work, no extracurricular activities until we are done with applications, but you never give up. There's so much that these children can do. They need the right guidance.
okay, my daughter also did like volunteering with you like before that for the teaching English at the Ukraine kids. I think she's still like doing and in touch actually. Like she also did that volunteering, but she's interested in computer science. So how much support like you guys do on that non-medical related, because you are
A
more into.
lot. We have so much expertise in that. I've put students in Cornell, Carnegie Mellon, and everything. Right?
Oh.
I have so much experience in that.
Okay. So more like the private schools, like more expensive, right, compared to like public school. I mean, from Texas, so basically, like you go out to private, so it's very expensive. Like
Please,
that, like
please don't think like that. Relax. There are so much scholarships that are out there. Got it?
okay.
My
Okay.
students from California got an in-state fee from St. Louis University. There is so much scholarships that's out there to be won. Got it?
Okay.
So you cannot limit yourself and say, oh, out of state, in state. No, it's based on the student's profile, how you write your essays and how you tell your story, compelling story. I told you my student didn't have very good grades. She got 80K scholarship. Can you believe that? On a handwritten note.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay,
good.
so please don't be of the impression that, oh my God, it has to be a straight A or oh, it has to be in state. Nothing like that. You give your best and you show your solid track record, colleges will line up.
Okay. Not about like SAT score, like is that impacts more or like
Yes,
that is,
yes, SAT, ACT scores are important.
okay. Is there any range for seniors like that's a good score or something?
Let's speak about it offline when you
Okay,
schedule.
sure.
Like,
So yeah,
okay,
thank you.
great. Who was that other person who was looking for counseling? I'll just send her my senior completely. Yeah.
So I already signed up for the program. Do the courses about how to start a club and how to pick APs, do they still apply?
Absolutely. I'll give you access to them. There's some problem accessing them. Yeah, you will get all of them.
Okay,
Every-
so how would I be able to access them?
I will, if you've enrolled, I will provide everybody who's enrolled and access to this learning management portal.
Okay, thank you.
Hi,
Hey,
Coach.
Joe, this
I
is
have a
Vijay
question.
here.
Yeah.
Joe, this is Vijay here. Could you please share the PSAT tutors details?
I only share them with my students. I have tutors, but they are exclusively for my students. So when you sign up for the program,
Dia has already been registered for BSMD.
Sure. When you come to the class, I will give it to you. I will introduce you to him. He's very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So during the first class?
First class, yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone else had a question?
Hi,
Yeah.
Coach. This is Bindu. Actually, my son is more interested in the engineering field, into like robotics and mechanical engineering kind of side. So, what programs do you offer for this kind of area?
Okay, so over summer, we had a cybersecurity professor who did research. My students did research under a professor in cybersecurity and also biomed, got it? But right now, what I'm offering is college counseling. And that's an important component, which I feel like is lacking in them, got it? It's not enough if you just accumulate those extracurriculars, right? You need to build a profile, a passion project, and a story. Yes, Kavita, you can enroll today. Yes. Yeah.
So, which program should I enroll if that helps? He's in
Yes,
ninth grade now.
college counseling. I'll share.
College counseling. Okay.
Yes. 1 second. I'm just going to give you the whole link. You can do that. Okay. I'll do that. I have medical. When it says BSMD, don't enroll in that. Okay. It is. Okay. I'm just going to give you the complete list. You can pick up from there.
And college counseling is a course that is appropriate for a ninth grader, right?
Yes. It's
Okay.
good to start early because they understand the components, right? This generation, the way it is, you cannot just throw a plan at them and say, hey, go follow it. They have to build it. You have to tell them the how, the why, and the what. They will come to you if you explain it to them and tell them, go do it, figure it out yourself. And that's what I do. Okay. Right. So you teach them, you tell them, hey, the admissions officer is looking like this. Hey, these are the extracurricular opportunities that I have. You want to pick some that aligns with you, then make a plan, put that in the spreadsheet and tell me what you're going to do, how you're going to build this plan. They are building it week by week. Right. So that's what works with my students. They're very energized. They are like, oh, wow, I'm Coach Joe, I came across this. Do you think it'll work? Oh, Joe, you told me this. And I went and checked in my school. It's available. Should I do that? Like, yeah, absolutely. They'll start texting me on Discord and everywhere, and they will build it. Right. So your job is to make them in the driver's seat instead of making them an overgrown child on a stroller because you don't want to give them control or you're too afraid they'll goof up. Make them in the driver's seat. Ask them to come and tell you what they wanted. Gifted Gabber, this company was started by my son when he was 15. Right? He was so crazy. He was so crazy about technology and Bitcoin ATM. He wanted to put Bitcoin ATM machines in all over the malls. He got some Bitcoin ATM machine from Russia. He wanted to spray paint it orange. Crazy stuff. I encouraged him with everything, right? So that's the way it is. And I also hired a coach for him because he was struggling with his confidence and to do that. And that was very transformational. And that's what I do. Build a success mindset, show them the way, show them exactly the steps that colleges are looking for, and build an ownership in them. Got it? Yeah, because children are never going to listen to their moms or their parents. My son doesn't listen to me for counseling. I have to get somebody else on my team to counsel him, right? Our surgeon cannot operate on their family members. So it doesn't matter how much knowledge you gather or gain, making them do something, they got to come to me. And boy, do I make them do things, right? So yeah.
Okay, Coach Joe, Alagar is also asking for the one-on-one link.
Okay, sure, got it.
No further questions on my end.
Okay, great. Let me
Hi,
just.
Joe. This is Hemant. So, are you
Hi.
sharing that link on on one-on basis, basically? I
Yes,
wanted to get, yeah. If
sure.
you can
Is
please
your
share
child?
with.
Yeah, I'm going to share. Is your child a senior?
No, he is a 10th grader actually.
Okay, I don't do the one-on-one with 10th graders.
Okay.
You'll have to join the program. Yeah.
Okay.
Any
So,
other questions you can call? I have
Mhm.
Smrita Mawi who will answer your questions.
Okay. One question actually. So we are thinking about signing for the course, but he has some activities on Wednesdays. So is there any other option like Wednesday 9 p.m. right? Means you have actually right question
No.
answer.
No, see,
Okay.
yeah, that is an important class because they're going
Right.
to learn about college admissions. Because I
Mhm.
teach them about the different components about the college counseling, and they have to learn about how this admission process works, how the admission officers go about looking at profiles. So step by step, that's taught on Wednesday. They
Okay.
come and ask questions and do that. So I'm sorry, if
Mhm.
you can't make it, it's half.
Yeah,
Right?
no, that is fine. So, means I understand, I think that is going to go until November sometime, I guess, November
5th. No, October 28th is the last. Yeah,
28th.
because it's a 28th, it'll be November. I don't know what that Wednesday is. But yes.
So, so then subsequently you're going to start next session?
Next Saturday, I'm starting. September 16th, I'm starting.
No, after that, after the
I don't
October.
know. I take a
Okay.
really big break because I get so burnt out with college admissions. I'm just
Okay.
gone. I take off from December to like March. I'm
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, question
Yeah,
here, Coach Joe.
thanks.
What program to choose if the student is undecided, student is inclined towards science?
The college counseling is good. Don't go for the BSMD. Undecided is perfectly fine. Even seniors who come to me who haven't decided on their majors, we select undecided. It's perfectly fine, right? So go to the college, the regular college one at 3:00. College counseling, not the BSMD one. Okay. Any other questions?
Hi, Kojo. So, if I'm going to register for the college counseling, does that include the study skills and passion project and
No,
the
that's
starting
separate.
class?
When you go to, I'm just going to share my screen. You have an option of selecting that. It's not included. It's a separate course. Okay, so here you are. God. Okay, so here you go. This is the fall course. So you do BSMD, you come here. So this tells you everything about it.
Hey there,
Oh, I'm sorry.
here.
I just
My
need
students
to,
like
sorry.
to call me Coach Joe. I'm super excited because
I'm sorry.
our BSMD fall counseling.
I just needed to shut that off. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. When you click on any of this, it'll bring you to enroll now. And you have the option of either going just for BSMD, or you can pick BSMD plus passion project. The BSMD is from, the dates are from 16th to 28th. The next weekend is when the passion project will start. Got it? So that's not included. It's a separate program, or you can buy all three of them. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks
So
for
this
asking.
passion project, is that something that we have to start when they are in the 9th grade? Like during
You can
September?
help them discover, because we have a very structured curriculum for that. I mean, you can just register in the BSMD. If you're still interested, you can register later. There's no pressure. I'll give you the same discounted
Okay,
price if you
thank you.
decide. Yeah, you see how it goes, right? We don't want to overwhelm a child, right? See, if they're interested, then you can ask them, hey, do you want to go there? Then you can sign up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
None on my end, coach.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I love to create a lot of mini courses. You will get access to all of them, and give me feedback or any other topics that you would like to learn. I would love to create courses on them. Okay. So thanks for joining in today. I look forward to seeing all your students in my class. Okay. Bye now. Thank you. And bless you, bless your family, bless your children, and bless your projects. Bye now.